the house of God in certain languages. In other places it's called Calvary. They say Jesus died on Mount Calvary. Well, Calvary comes from the Greek word Calvinus, which means skull. Golgotha is the Hebrew word which means skull. So what happens is every month when the moon is in your sun sign, when you're born, what's your zodiac sign?
May.
May, so you're probably a Taurus then, right? Or Aries, right?
Taurus.
Okay. So every month when the moon is in Taurus, metaphysically, you release from your cerebral spinal fluid a seed or a germ that travels down with the spinal fluid, travels down just to your sacral, and then it travels back up every month. Okay? That, when it crosses this area, because this is a cross, you see it? If you look at a cross, the short end is short, the long end, and then the equal arm lengths on the side. This is a cross. Your body is a cross. So when that germ crosses over this area, it's crucified, and then it goes on up into heaven. Again, heaven, heaved up heaven. Your head is like this. Okay? Now, so Freemasons, understanding that science about the body and how it works, they made in one part of their degrees, 33 degrees. In another portion of Freemasonry, they have 7 degrees. Again, the 7 chakras. So in the York Rite, they have 7 degrees. In the Scottish Rite, they have 33 degrees. This is still dealing with your body. Okay? Now, when you deal with your first 7, these are called the superior vertebrae, which corresponds to your 7 archangels, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, etc. As a matter of fact, the first vertebrae is called Atlas. So if you go back to Greek mythology, they had the being with the dome or the earth on his shoulder, on his head. The second one is called the axis, which deals with balance. So then what they're saying when they're talking about the 33 degrees of Freemasonry, they're talking about your 33 vertebrae, because Solomon's temple, again, as we said earlier, this is Solomon's temple, or the solar man, or the peaceful man, because the word SLM meaning salam, shalom, man, peace man, the man of peace, Solomon. Okay? So you're dealing with Solomon's temple. So you're just raising up that energy, that Christ energy, every month when the moon is in your sun sign. And it stays there for 2.5 days. Every 2.5 days the moon will go from Taurus to Gemini to, you know what I mean, until it makes it to all 12 zodiac signs, and then it'll be a total of 28 to 30 days. Okay? So then what Freemasons were trying to explain to those who are inside of the craft is about how to take care of your body, how your body functions on a metaphysical level as well as a physical level. There's nothing to do with evil. Now, what happened was a certain high degree Freemasonry called Albert Pike. He was into metaphysical teachings. So then he said in his book that we worship Lucifer. Now, we've explained who Lucifer was earlier. And the reason why is because Freemasons know, again, you remember the body is a temple, it's the woman's body. Who was that woman? The black woman. So then they know that they worship black people, black women, black gods. You got the black Madonna and all over France and Russia and all of these European countries. They worship black women. They know that. So when he said we worship Lucifer, he's saying, in essence, we worship black women because y'all were the first, y'all were the creators. So then they took that and they ran with it. Oh, they worship the devil. When it's not. There's no correspondence between Freemasonry and evil, none whatsoever. It's just teaching you about your body and how it functions. And they just coded it with certain words, certain phrases that they use. Again, Jachin, which is one temple, which means comes from a Hebrew word Yardik, which means the moon. And then they got Boaz, which comes from a word which means moving fire. Well, what's the moving fire? It gets up every day at 6 o'clock and it moves across the sky. And then it goes back, the orb comes around. And that's all it is. Your left hemisphere of your brain, your right hemisphere of your brain. One is linear, masculine, the left side, right? They even call the word sinister, which has the word sin in it, which means on the left side. Then they got the word dexter, which means on the right side. So people that can use both hands are called what? Ambidextrous. You know what I'm saying? But it was all just trying to teach you about your body. So then everything was based upon how the sun rose in the east and sets in the west, right? The same way the sun rises in the east and sets in the west in your body. Now, where's the east at on your body?
On the left side.
On the what side?
Left side.
Left side? Do this. Okay. Now, if this is south, this is north. This is north, this is east, this is west, and this is south. The sun always rises here. This is why, if you know anything about baseball or football, what they call left-handed people what? Southpaws.
Southpaw.
South. This is south.
Yeah.
This is north. This is west.
Southpaw.
Right. This is east. The sun always rises in the east, comes up here. You see what I'm saying? So it's all metaphysical in how they are trying to teach you about your body, but they don't want to exactly tell you exactly what they want you to know. They're just going to give it to you a little bit here and a little bit there. And if you don't understand metaphysics, then you won't ever understand. Because nobody, they're like, well, how did this become Southpaw? This is the West. This is the East. No. The way they look at the body, this is the South, this is the North, this is the West, and this is the East. Because when you wake up in the morning, right, the sun rises in the east. So in what they call iatromathematics, which is the study of how zodiac relates to the body, right? So Aries rules here, then Taurus, then Gemini, and Taurus, Cancer, and all the way down the body. Pisces represents the feet.
Where's Leo?
Leo is the heart.
Okay.
Yeah, Leo the heart. So what do they call it? Don Corleone, right? I mean,
Leon.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The heart of the lion.
The lion-hearted.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Talking about the heart. Leo rules the heart. So,
Wizard of Oz.
do what?
Did you explain the pledging part? I think that's what you was talking about too, some of the rituals and
And the pledge? No, I didn't get into that. I'll try to circle back around to that. So, what they did was, they understand that when you wake in the morning, when you wake in the morning, the first thing that rises is what? Your brain. And then your brain tells your body what to do. This is why I said the sun rises in the east, because the first thing that happens is you open your eyes, which is ruled by Aries. And so for the first 2 hours, you're more mental. And then for the next 2 hours, you go into Taurus, then you start talking more. Right? Am I right or am I wrong?
Answer the phone.
And
doing just what I did.
as you
Doing just what I
go
did.
through the day, then different parts of your body have more strength, more energy. And this is why. So then when you get to, say, 8 or 9 o'clock, this area is being ruled, but you're not using it because you're laying down and going to sleep. So that's what I'm saying. This is why the sun moves in the east. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. This is the west.
Now, the native,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. I'm sorry.
as far as indigenous cultures, they talk about the 7 directions.
Mhm.
So, and that's what's, north, south, east,
Right,
west, and
right.
then up and down.
Right.
And then the 7th one is where you are right now.
Exactly. And same thing with in Hebrew they do the same thing. When they created when they say God created, you know what I mean, in the beginning, it was the 7 different directions with those what they call the 3 mother letters, the Aleph, the Sheen, and the Meme. So those 3 letters.
Mean.
Mean.
We're using mean now on the computer.
Right, and so what they did was they took their alphabet and they constructed the alphabet based off of, again, your body. There's 22 bones in your head, and you have 22 alphabet in the Hebrew language. You got 26 bones in your feet. Now, who has 26 bones in the feet? I mean, who has 26 letters in the alphabet? English. Right. In Arabic, they got 28 letters. So if you count what they call phalanges, 14 here, 14 here, 28. You're like a walking machine. Yeah, 14 here and 14 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you're like a walking calendar. You know, which is why they based, of course, the lunar calendar off of what? 13 lunar cycles. Women have 13 menstrual cycles in a year. It's all correlated to who you are and your relationship to the Creator. You all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her mind is blown.
So it goes a lot deeper than what people think when they say Freemasons worship the devil. They don't really understand that when you take an oath, and oath is really related to the number 7. And again, we know where the 7 comes from. Y'all all right?
They said they love your teaching. They're saying teach. They're enjoying it.
Okay, cool.
No questions, but they're enjoying.
So
Well, tell them to come on out.
I don't think a lot of them are around.
Yeah,
here.
they're like all over the place.
Oh, okay. Are y'all from here?
I am. He's from Atlanta.
I'm coming from.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, y'all don't want to quit saying the Freemasons worship the devil.
Yeah, a lot of them.
We worship black
Well, I
women.
guess that's what they. Y'all worship black women while you treat us so bad.
Huh?
Huh? What you say?
Uh-oh.
Say that. Say that.
Why y'all treat us so
Well,
bad.
no, start from the beginning. Wow. If y'all what?
Worship black women.
Women, why we treat them so bad?
Okay.
Because we're out of our minds.
Yeah.
If we got back to these type of teachings, then we wouldn't treat black women bad. But because we are out of our minds, then we treat women like the patriarchal society we were raised in, which doesn't respect women, which doesn't honor women. Like I said, it took the father, son, and the mother concept and took away the mother and made her a spirit. You know what I mean? And it made the son always a widow's son. You know what I mean? He didn't have a father. And the same thing is happening in a lot of black families. We don't have a father, so the mother is acting like a widow, and then the children are widow's sons.
So that's where they take the evil. Like you said, there's good and there's bad. And they take the knowledge that they have, that you have, and turn it for the
Right.
bad.
That's what they practiced in what they call Saturnalia.
Yeah.
And so they would take evil and made it fair seeming, and fair seeming and made it evil.
Yeah, that's what they're practicing
Yes.
in America.
Act-
This is
they
what
practice
we're
it
actually living
everywhere.
now.
That's why
I'm thinking about
Everybody's
America.
religion,
Well, we're like,
right, everybody's religion is always male dominated. But
Think about
secretly, they know that women were first, women were the gods, women were what was worshipped. However, because of patriarchy, then they started to flip it. And they started putting y'all to the side, regulating y'all back here as just bearing children. For those, a lot of societies, as you know, didn't even want to even mess with women, but they had to just be able to procreate. Outside of that, they didn't even want women. Like, you ever use the word platonic relationship? Or did you know platonic relationship is really based off of a man being with a little boy?
Wow.
Because that was from Plato. That
Oh,
was
that's-
Plato's version of a relationship. Was because in ancient Greek they liked little boys. That's why the Catholic Church likes little boys.
oh, wow.
You know what I mean? They was always based. And so when you say I'm in a platonic relationship, or I just want a platonic relationship, we really don't know who this earlier. That's just said words have power,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. We don't even hear what we're saying. That's why I say we're out of our minds. So platonic relationship is a